In news that has me asking why on two fronts, we have the story of Nedra Bird, arrested after 10-year-old son found naked and drunk on the Florida streets. A naked 10-year-old boy was allegedly found wandering Florida neighborhoods drunk on brandy his mother gave him. Why Florida? Why? Nedra Bird, 31, was arrested and faces child neglect charges after a couple noticed the woman's son nude and seemingly intoxicated on Thursday night, 10 News reported. The Spring Hill, Florida couple brought the boy to Amanda Roche, a neighbor, who notified the police. He was so intoxicated he didn't realize that he didn't have any clothes on, Roche said told 10 News. Authorities found the boy's mother passed out in her home. According to Hernando County police officers, Fox 6 News reports that police found half an empty bottle of brandy in the woman's counter. When deputies woke Bird, she allegedly said that her son was in his room and added that she was drunk as hell. Detectives say the 10-year-old told them his mother had given him 4 shots of hard liquor, according to News. Okay, first off, you want to tell me again why pot legislation makes so much sense, but you know, cigarettes and alcohol are completely legal? You know, because let's be very honest here. Is this kid likely to end up naked in the middle of a Florida street if he had been, say, offered pot by mom? Not that I'm saying that I would recommend that. I'm just simply saying. But no. This kid needed to be intoxicated, right? He needed to be naked and not even realize how naked he is, right? Right? And point 2. I'm going to try not to shout because, again, I'll have people pounding at my door, and rightfully so, because it's rather late in the morning, and also because why the hell is CPS at my door and not at these people's doors? Again, for the umpteenth time, CPS found nothing on me because there was nothing to find. And my son is still with me. I have not been charged with anything. I haven't been told I have to take any sort of classes on anything. There was nothing to find. I'm a hardworking single dad who's doing his best, and somebody decided that, well, my best was not good enough in their view. But why? Why is CPS at my door and not at this woman's door? We have to find out about the problems going on in this child's life when he's naked and drunken in the streets? And meanwhile, we've got CPS wasting their time chasing around me as if there's anything to chase around, as if I'm doing anything to my child that somehow no normal adult would do with their child. Can you understand now how angry I am at the system, how fed up I am that good parents are being hounded by CPS at times, and yet these wonderful parents are allowed to get their kid drunk and allow him to wander around naked in the middle of the night of a Florida street. This kid is lucky he didn't get raped or worse. I mean, seriously. Oh, but no, I'm the threat to America, right? Me and my seed, my bad seed, because my God, I happen to be a single parent, because I happen to hitch my wagon to a really bad woman, and it's not as if women hitch their wagon to really bad men and have children out of those bad, terrible, horrible relationships. I give up. I seriously give up. I love my son more than life itself, but if there is such a thing as a next life, just FYI, I am not procreating. I am sick and tired of this. If you have a sitcom, you can get away with twisting your child's mind and telling them that beyond their natural body weight, they need to become fatter so that they can keep their TV show. Because, yeah, that's good parenting right there. So if I had a sitcom, I could do damn near whatever I wanted with my son, if I were so inclined to that. And CPS wouldn't care. I could get my son drunk. Heck, I could teach him lessons by forcing him into my oven and using it as a disciplinary tool, right? Just so long as I don't get caught, just so long as I have people who just don't like me hounding me by trying to get CPS on me because they want to get me and my child out of their school, amongst other issues going on there. But oh no, there's no abuse of the system. Oh no, everything's fair and balanced. Oh yes, CPS is always looking out for the children, right? Right? In the time they've taken and the fact that they are dragging their feet on closing the case on myself, and the fact that they're this looming shadow over me as if I've ever done anything wrong with my child. Not that I've done everything 100% right, but I've never done anything that is illegal or otherwise bad for my child. Full stop. And while they're wasting their time dragging their feet with my particular case here, while saying that, hey, they're closing the case, they have found nothing to a third party involved in this entire situation. No, instead of discovering these people, instead of getting this kid as far away from these reckless people as is absolutely possible, they have to be hounding myself or my girlfriend for no other reason than they simply just don't like us and don't think we can be good parents because we're single parents. I mean, I'm sure that's not the full reasoning here. As I've talked about, I have reason enough to believe that basically people just didn't like myself or my son and just wanted us away from them. And that's fine. I'm not going to put my child where he's not wanted, because that ends up putting him in a situation where he can get hurt because he's out of my care and in the care of people who would rather pass judgment on my child and do bad things to him, at least on the psychological level, and then try to act as if somehow I'm doing something wrong, as if I'm the monster. I cannot get out of these situations and away from some of these people where I live fast enough. I mean, seriously, this isn't about people being good Samaritans and looking out for my son. It's about vendetta. It's about trying to use the system to hurt people rather than to help people. And meanwhile, this kid, this 10-year-old, is being fed shots of brandy and allowed to roam naked on the streets. And no, we don't want to touch pot legislation. We don't want to talk about the war on drugs and its failure. We don't want to talk about bad parenting and when it crosses the line and how you do not have a right to be a bad parent. And how I thought that was implicitly implied in the fact that CPS even exists. But apparently no. They're spending their time going after people like me who are not doing anything bad to their child or any other people's children and have no interest in other people's children. And meanwhile, people like this are free to do with their kids whatever they want. I can't tell you how absolutely sickened I am and how absolutely tired I am of this broken system. If you can't understand how backwards things are right now, then you just simply don't care. It's not affecting you personally at this moment, so you don't care. It's far off away, or I'm likely far off away from you. You don't know me from Adam, so the situation doesn't impact you on any level, so you don't care. And even when you hear about the miscarriages of justice via things like CPS and other law-abiding bodies, because it doesn't affect you, you simply don't care, even if you can be so easily caught in the same problems, in the same traps. You just don't care. I wash my hands of the situation. I've given you the information. Now it's up to you to either do something about it or sit on your hands, but if you're going to sit on your hands, at least be adult enough to admit it. In which case, I'll respect that you just don't want to do anything because you've had the balls to admit that you just simply don't care. And I can at least respect you if you have enough, enough pathos with which to actually admit that you just simply don't care. In which case, we'll just part ways. I'm not going to talk bad about you behind your back because at least you are willing to admit it. You don't care.